why is everyone moving to tech and why you should too. With the high turnover, with the whole sack here and there, the way the tech industry is very, very unstable, you would think that a lot of people would actually leave this industry to somewhere else. Instead, every day you see people finding out how do I join tech, how do I become this, what kind of tech roles are available that I do not need coding for, stuff and stuff like that. Meanwhile, if you want an answer to that questions, tech jobs that you can do, roles that you can do that do not require actual coding, that is coding adjacent roles, please check this video. I'll leave the link up here. If I do forget, just check no code jobs, right? It's on my channel. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chiamaka Cable. And yeah, I pride myself as someone who gives tips and advises young people, especially entry level. We didn't have this type of information. You have to search everywhere on the internet. But yeah, I'm here for you. Okay, okay. Now, why is everybody moving into tech? Even with the sack up and down, people are still killing themselves. People that are inside the tech are not still looking for new places to go. Instead, we're still staying inside the tech. One thing you should know is first, tech skills are high in demand. It is never enough. Even when you say this field is highly saturated, that field is highly saturated, people are still looking for them. Especially when you even have a lot of experience, people are like employers are looking for you. There are a lot of people who are no longer applying in their lives today because they are in high demand. Okay, so there's a high demand for tech skills, especially if you are good. If you are good enough that you can even compete on a global scale, your access to global opportunities is endless. It is endless. If you can compete on a global scale, then you're on a different level entirely. So it means that I, as a person, as a product manager with the right skills, I am employable. Without me applying, people are looking for me. And tech is such that your work speaks for itself. You're not speaking plenty grammar. You said you built a product. Well, yeah, tell us the website, let us go there and go and experience it ourselves. So you're not even arguing anything you've done. Gone were those days where they would say, "Oh, tech is background." So there was one time someone used to say, "Do you want to be the guy? Do you want to be Steve Jobs, or do you want to be the guy who built the products for Steve Jobs?" I want to be the guy that built the products for Steve Jobs. Let us rest. So what they're trying to tell you basically is sales and business makes more money. So sales gives you visibility in the company, really. Um, Tech, maybe not so much. You don't get the accolades that sales will get because they're bringing in the money, you're spending the money. But at the end of the day, your work can speak for itself, right? So the access to um, the high demand skills for tech jobs, startups are coming up, springing up every single day, and these startups will always need people in tech to help them. And they might not even want full time, might want part time, which means you will not have access to gigs. So you can have your full time paying job and still be taking gigs. And yes, I'm talking to UI and UX people. I see me looking at you people. I feel like those guys, software developers, those guys are always working multiple. But UI and UX guys, I think that's such an underrated field. The ability to take multiple jobs. You guys will not understand. I envy them. I envy those guys because you can do multiple gigs. In fact, they will do more. Those are the people who will do multiple gigs and even have people working for them, such that they can take even more than they can chew and then give it to someone to work for them and pay the person a piece. That is why people are killing themselves in tech. Who doesn't want to earn in dollar? No, tell me who doesn't want to earn in dollar? With the way this economy is doing like something that is not seeing roads. Eh? It's doing like something that is not seeing roads. Like access to that global opportunity, your skill being high in demand, meaning that foreign companies are looking for you. And if you can get these foreign companies, it means that you're earning in dollar in Nigeria, which says you on a different pedestal from those of us earning in naira. Now imagine if you are doing gigs like 2 gigs, 3 gigs, four. I see what you're doing for others. Imagine you're earning in dollar. Like it's everybody's dream to earn it. No matter what you tell me, I feel like I know that it's everybody's dream to earn in dollar or to earn in a foreign currency. Because by the time you convert it, you're big. When you're big, you're big. Yeah. So you can imagine all of those. That is why a lot of us are putting our head there. It gives you that opportunity. It puts you. It's just easier. You have access to those opportunities that will pay you in dollars, so long as you're great, your skill is good. Now there's innovation and impact. So imagine the guy who built USSD. He's a very big guy in the Nigerian industry today. The person who I don't know if he's the one who ideated or who worked on it. I've forgotten his name. But USSD always follows. And there was a time I was going to be employed in a certain company, and all everybody was saying about his recruitment was, "Oh, that's the guy that did USSD in Nigeria. That's the guy." So it enables you to, you're at the forefront of innovation, you're at the forefront of impact within a company. So you are recognized, especially if you are within an innovation team, you are highly recognized within your company. Now, for the impact, the whole innovation thing, you see the way there's this buzz around artificial intelligence, buzz around blockchain, buzz around cryptocurrency, all these emerging technologies, right? These are innovations, these are life changing technologies. So, even in the medical world, the equipment, the appliances that they use, it is all technology. Technology is the bedrock of life. The phone that you use is also technology. So, in fact, everything you do is relatively moving around technology. So, at the end of the day, right, you are the forefront of innovation and are also within a place to actually make impact. Let's not forget remote working opportunities. Tech is that field where you do not really struggle for remote opportunities, right? Mostly is all about impact. It's all about how much work you're doing. It's all about what you're able to do. As a salesperson, you're mostly on the field. There are certain areas that work from home or remote work would not necessarily work. Maybe work from home, but remotely. Remotely means work from any. Okay, yeah, work from home, work from anywhere in the world. Work from anywhere in the world might not really work for certain things, but if you are core tech, you're able to work from anywhere in the world. The more you move away from coding, the harder it is for the whole remote work team to actually materialize. Except you're working for an international firm that's trying to penetrate a particular market and they need locals within that market, which means the company does not have a physical location within your country. So it's still considered remote work. But you will still have to leave your house to find customers. Even when you meet customers, you're able to hold teams meeting, but you still have to go out and find customers depending on the kind of role or the kind of work you're doing. And that is why a lot of us are moving into tech. There is a high earning potential. So this high earning potential, it's a bit dicey because I can be earning the same thing as someone who is in sales, who is in finance, and all of that. Reason being, if we start our career together as graduate trainees or entry level, would likely be paid the same thing. But as we move up in our career, there starts to be that difference. There starts to be that demarcation, right? You're likely to earn higher as a tech person. It's why a lot of companies right now have separated tech salary from non-tech salary, right? Non-tech salary will following the manual, the normal process, standard process. Tech salary is higher because you want to stay competitive, and it is because of global opportunities. That is why tech salary has gone higher, because if I have a foreign firm willing to pay me a certain amount, in Nigeria you need to be competitive. You might say, oh, I don't need you, but do you want your business to really fail? Imagine if you're running a bank and your bank app isn't opening, your customers cannot use that app because you refuse to pay your developers industry standard, right? So there's now an industry set standard for tech talent. It doesn't mean that you do not have people who have done 5 years who are still earning on the low side, but joy comes in the morning, okay? And they know that joy comes in the morning. And those people who are really earning low, I'm sure some of them are still doing side gigs here and there, and it ranges from so many things, these side gigs that we're talking about, because even research, as a product manager, I can take on a side gig as a research specialist, or start to do market analysis, market intelligence, business, those kind of things, right? So you still have access to those. And there's entrepreneurship potential now for when people are looking for co-founders. You see sometimes that they write the person has to be experienced in has to be a tech person, has to be this, and your ability for you to be able to build a product, right? you are for a company, it means you can build one for yourself. That's how you find out that most founders, when you check their background, there's always tech. One person would have done tech, one person would have done business development and sales, right? That is it. So yeah, it gives you that entrepreneurship spirit. A reason why I love tech is the future-proof career that opportunity that it holds. So a tech person can do some non-tech roles, and a non-tech person sometimes cannot. It's how some people will be like, oh, I can write user stories, user stories, bruh, come and write it. Nah, no problem. Come on, Shabi is user story. Come and write it. Because even I, as a product manager, I get tired. I get tired. As a user, I'm like, bruh, right? But as a product manager, can I do, can I work as a salesperson? Yes, I can, because certain companies make product managers responsible for their P&L, their profit and loss, right? Can you work as a growth, whatever, whatever? Yes. Marketing, yes. There are just very few roles because you interface with a lot of people, a lot of stakeholders are involved in the product you're building. You are able to pick up some of their skills, some of these rules. That's it. It's like tech is the most, it's a very hands-on everywhere kind of role. So yeah, you have your core role, but you need to interact with the people who are in the market. You need to interact with people who would design your content. You need to, so at the end of the day, you are practically everywhere. Especially maybe because I'm thinking from the product projects manager kind of role. But yeah, it's actually easier. Now because tech is a bit, it's just like saying someone who is not a doctor should go be a doctor. It becomes harder because it's specific, especially for software developers. I cannot do the work of a software developer even if I tried. And those are the real tech people, by the way. I can't do their job even if I tried. All right. I'm not even interested in doing their job. I'm not interested in learning how to code. Like, it's just a no for me right now. Doesn't mean that tomorrow if I tell you that I know how to code, except maybe we're talking about what's that one we used to learn in school? World something. I have forgotten that thing. But yeah. So these are some of the reasons why people are really, really killing themselves going into tech, and this is some of the reasons why maybe you should consider tech. If you don't know where to start, I have a video on how to start out in tech, roles to consider, what those roles actually are. Right? You can look that up, do some courses, read around, ask people, and then know where you actually want to start. It's not easy, but and also so for tech, you know how maybe people are looking for entry level, this, that. For tech, you can start out with gigs. Like the part of starting out with tech is not very linear. It's not the same way as other industry where you actually need a structured environment to start. No. So tech gives you that opportunity to be able to work with people who are even fully employed. So you're not even attached to a company. It's just a gig, or you can go online, Fiverr, Upwork, and all of that, and get something doing. So at the end of the day, it's not a linear process of apply for a job, get a job. No, you could also meet people who are overwhelmed, like people who have a lot of gigs and they're just giving it out to people working under them to do it. They review, they submit to the client. You don't have to interface with the client directly. You work for them basically, yeah. So you work for them, they review, send to the client, get feedback, let you know, so they pay you a certain sum. That way you are, tech is all about your portfolio. That's where you are building a portfolio. And the quality of product you're able to work on determines how quality your experience is, right? Which also determines the kind of global opportunities you're qualified for and opportunities in general that you're qualified for. So you're able to even be more hands on, work on multiple projects for multiple people, earn, get experience. If you so wish that you want to go into a structured corporate, you are also able to do that. Isn't that just amazing? Like, does it get more amazing than that? Yeah. So yeah, accessibility to also learning resources here and there, and fellowships, trainings that are even free because people are trying to support tech people. A lot of funding goes into tech, which you can have access to. So yeah, that's why a lot of us are here and would always be here. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope this has been helpful to someone who wants to start out. I know it can be confusing. You do not have to go into tech. Note that. If it's not something you want to do, people are making it in other fields that aren't tech. So You absolutely do not, okay? But if you do not want to, it's not by force. People are making it outside of tech, and you also can make it outside of tech. I know we glorify tech a lot. Yes, yes, we do, because of the opportunities that it entails. But if it's not something you want to do, there's no shame, there's no harm. Like, without even other fields, the tech world will not work. All right. We need others to survive, because if you build a product, nobody's selling it, nobody's pushing it, nobody's creating awareness. Why? Okay, so this is just for those who are not tech oriented or tech focused, but you still need to have idea of what's happening in the tech world so that you can stay competitive. Because even if you're a salesperson, you might want to sell sales products, so you don't have to be core tech to do tech adjacent jobs like sales. Okay, so everything that applies to the normal world also has um the the tech part, like finance, all of those data analysis, they're still there. All right, thank you so much for watching. Do have a nice day. Leave a comment, give a thumbs up, share my video, and subscribe. My name is Chema Table, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.